Welcome back. I know it's a long, or what seems to be a long awaited return to the live streams. Before we go on any further, if when this comes on, if you can let me know whether I am live, because it's been that long, I've probably forgotten how to press but I'm live. Looks like it. So, like I said, long away return. It's been a while. Been super busy. Cheers, Mike. I appreciate that. In fact, actually, I'm having to turn away from you guys. Put chat on there. We can sort it. Oh, yeah, it's been a while. Been super busy. Busy in shop. Holidays, back to it, and life. So I thought I'd get a long-awaited return to the life. I know you guys are probably either waiting for it or not, and it might be a case of some turn up, some of you get notifications, some of you don't. So that's me in pretty much of a nutshell. If what you guys been up to? Having choppy audio? Is it choppy audio? Don't tell me I'm on with this again. How's audio sound to everybody? Let me know. Let me just see what I'm on. Test mic, it's a microphone. Yep, all okay on there. Yours is choppy as well. Right, there we go. Boom. That any better? Is that any better, guys? Let's bring the microphone in a little bit closer. Get to look my ugly mug. Still choppy. Let me see if I can change my microphones. Still breaking up. Let's try that one. Just change the microphone. See if that comes any better. It's can't be doing something wrong here. Why should it be the same? Still the same, guys. Still all breaking up and all choppy. Stream looks a bit. Camera looks a bit wobbly. Or is that me? Same. No, it's making static every time you speak. All right. 1 minute. See if that's any better further away. Choppy. 1 minute. Let's see if this is. No, that shouldn't make any difference. Hoping that don't make any difference, but you never know that. Like, what we got there? That's let's see if that's any better. Mic needs choppy chop lol. Yeah, microphone needs something. I don't understand what it is. I just seriously don't understand what it is. Is it still the same? I know I've got a lot of. There's a lot of glitching here on this. Turn it off and start over. Yeah, probably better off. Actually, let me just check something. Current broadcast. Views on YouTube. Am I back? Can anybody hear me? Am I back? Am I still frozen? That's better. Christ, I've got no. Is the video to it? Check. Back and better than ever. All working. So we're all working. We're up. Cool. Don't know what it was, but anyway, you're saying chat's okay. You're saying it's better, as good as it gets. Now, if you said video were bad, and it just says no, that's my ugly mush that's on your screen again. So, so first things first. What you guys are in chat? What you guys been up to? Are you still practicing? What I will do while we're on, I will throw. Let's cross top there. 10 minutes. I'll put a cross top. Anybody that wants to send a bit of work in, there's email address. Send it in. I'll put it up there for 10 minutes. I'll have a look. Probably have a look at. I don't know. First few that come in, I'll chuck it down after that. Because, like I said, again, must be having had a few problems to start with, and just got to get back into the flow, guys. Been out of it for a while. Old timers disease and everything. It's kicking in worse than ever. Well, I will say there's a few of us here. I didn't expect many to turn up because it has been a while. If you are here, thumbs up. Kenneth, I'm glad it's good on you. We've got usual on. So we got tonight. We got Smoke is in the house. Rob's here. Jason. Jack the Toxic Cactus. Kenneth. Perry. Amber's in here. Mike from Georgia. And if I've met Josh. And I think. Oh, Pommet. How are you doing, mate? Must be early doors down under. Must be getting ready to go to work. So again, like I said, email, top of screen, any little bits of work you want to send it in. I'll take a look at a few tonight. I want to try and keep it a little bit short. I'll be honest, the only reason I managed to get live as well is I got tomorrow's stencil all done, dusted, early. So it is what it is. You guys got any news? Are you getting on with your tattooing? You got any good news? Bad news? I don't want any bad news. How's your apprenticeships going? You managed to crack on? Or anything like that? So yeah, it'd be nice to hear some of your, because we haven't heard from you for a while, so it'd be nice to hear from you for a while. What's that show on screen? What we got, Jason? I haven't been able to do anything because of where I am staying. Well, that will change soon, so I can at least draw. Yeah, I know you were on and off. You've moved premises or houses, apartments. Obviously, big upheaval. Takes its toll. I'm sure you will settle in and get back to it, Jason. Don't need my bad news. It's really bad. Yeah. And, I don't know how bad it is, but I hope it's not too. I know you say it's really bad, but I hope it's not too bad. As long as you've got a roof over your head and you've got your health, then you should be okay. Everything's okay. Um, Again, I'll just have a quick squint, see whether we've got any emails coming. I don't think we have because I've had no notifications. True. No, nothing in on email. Yeah, well, I hope it's not. Found some polyps in my stomach. Might be cancer, just waiting for biopsy. Well, I wish you all the best, Jason, and I hope it's good news and not the worst. Fingers crossed for you, brother. It's you don't need to be left with that one sat on your shoulders. Hopefully, they'll get you sorted out ASAP with that. So, anybody else got any Saturday news? I know that at the minute we've been busy in the shop. I've been talking to somebody, been having a look at taking another apprentice on. Oh my God, that's like, I've got to admit, guys, honestly, it's like pulling teeth. Looking at apprentices, and then they come and you look at the artwork and they're telling you that, yeah, I can draw and I'm a really good drawer. I've got a good art portfolio. I'll send us it through and everything. We'll have a look and you get that artwork through. And honestly, it's like, yeah, it's not very good. It's where I'd probably put the 13 or 14-year-old, an average 13 or 14-year-old. And then just trying to get somebody to come in and learn. It's hard, guys. It's hard to get an apprentice. Well, it is around here. Nobody wants to put the time in. They want to be instantly tattooing. Then there's no commitment, very little commitment. They just want to see it as a glory shot for tattooing. And again, it just doesn't work. It doesn't work like that. It takes hard work, commitment, dedication. You guys know. You know what I'll say. Jetson, yeah. I need to move to UK. I'll be an apprentice. Yeah. You won't like UK though, yeah. You honestly wouldn't. But like I say, it's just hard. It's hard. I mean, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is with them. And then you'll arrange for people to come in. They don't turn up. A bit like clients, really. But again, but hey, that's my problem. That's not yours. So, any of you guys tried out anything new? You got any new equipment? Had any new inks, new skins? You're on with any practice work, or have you just basically just been chilling out and not doing anything? What we got? So we've got Perrier sensor working. So what we'll do is let's see whether I can go to dissect. I got someone who wants. What's that, Mike? You've got someone who wants a clown girl with a gun. Sounds interesting. could be fun. So I guess at this point, then, Mike, you're now. Are you? I'm getting this right. You're now dabbling in. You're dabbling in skin. 'Cause I know you were nearly, but not quite there in some areas on your fake skin, and your artwork were on point. Um, are you actually now starting to dabble around on human skin a little bit? A little bit, cool. What do you think? It's interesting to see some of your work on real skin. And again, Clown Girl with a gun. It sounds like a fun project. If they're giving you plenty of leeway, you'll definitely have fun with it. So what we will do, I just need to work this share screen out. Boom. Share. Can I get rid of that now? Yeah, I can, guys. So we're going. It go black or grey, Mike. What? It goes in faster. It does. Human skin absorbs ink so much easier. It absorbs it as well. I mean, you've got to remember these fake skins, full skins, and anything potentially predominantly silicone based, which does repel liquid based stuff quite easy, whereas human skin has a tendency to absorb it. Um, and that's so what we've got is we've got one in. So let's get this up, guys. Let's drop it in from there. On there. So it's from Perry. And Perry goes, "Hi Andy, good to have you back. Hope you're well. I am. So we're great, Perry. Refreshed. Like I said, busy in the shop, plenty to do. I think my line work has improved since you told me to up the voltage. I'll let you be the judge. Be brutal. Equipment I used for this one, machine is CNC-Q2, Mass Pro cartridges. How are you liking the Mass Pro cartridges? Like I said, I like them. Obviously not for everybody, but I like the cartridges, use them daily. 10 5-round liner, 10 14-round liner, 10 7-round mag. Ink Sigma True Black, Skin True Real Skin. Time about 4.5 hours. Second pick reference, not my design. Don't worry about it. That's not a problem. Time wise, it doesn't matter how long it's taking you, Perry. It's the result that you're looking for to start with, not the time. That will come. That will just come naturally. It's like anything you do, any job that you do. The more you do it, the more repetition you do it, then you get to be quicker and quicker and quicker without you even realizing and having to think about it. Mara, how are you doing, Mara? It's a big tattoo for your first tattoo. We can say, so let's pop this up on screen. So I'm guessing that this is as far as I can get it, guys. This is his reference. Nice reference. Good reference for line weights, shading, and everything. So, yep, nice little piece, Jason, to keep your taste buds or your appetizers wet, for learning. So what we'll do is, boom, there we go. So, guys, can you see this one? Let's have a look. Obviously, it's not massive, as we can see in relation to a normal cartridge. So is working small, keeping it small. That means you can keep on top of it. Good use of your fake skin. What's this? I don't know. Is it half a piece, a third of a piece of skin, or whatever? But it's a nice use of size. What I'll do is I'll just quickly flick back. So that's the, excuse me, that's the reference. That's the piece. Reference. Piece. So, right, no problem. So what we'll do, uh, what you got there, Penny? I bought a box of offcuts from Railskin. Hey, wise way to go. And then just what you're doing, Penny, just doing your designs and cutting your designs down and trimming them to suit the offcuts piece. Wise, shrewd, I think is the word. Shrewd way to go. Um, so, I mean, Jason, what you're saying, Bob's a bit dark. I mean, if you look in here, look over there on his reference through here. It is quite dark. Go back. I do like where, again, like through here, he's taken a few artistic liberties. That's you as a tattoo artist. You've got to learn to do that. You've got to learn to see your design, but you also got to, you got to put your flair on it. That's why somebody's coming to you as a tattoo artist. Yeah, they want that. They like your work. They like how you work. So that's why they're coming to you. So just because this is the design that they've come for, doesn't mean that you can't interpret that and put your own twist on it. What I will say, yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, line work, as we can see coming through here, may have a couple of little shakes through there, but most tattoo artists' line work has got shakes, it's got flaws. I see a lot of tattoo, I see a lot of line work, you see it online, you go on Instagram and it's pristine, perfect, it's super perfect. Um, like it's done with a computer. And it just screams edited to me. It does scream edited because skin would work like that. Nice, you've got your nice little token gestures where you put your token gestures alike through here. Your black in here is punched. It's punched in well. It's solid black. All your blacks are solid. Better. Even down here, you've got your nice little shading where it comes under here, where it comes from the, and then you've got your lighter tones, and you've even done around here some darker tones there. It comes out lighter. Um, Good. Excuse me. What I would say, just quick, round here, you've got your blacking. Danik, how you doing, bro? It's look goddamn good. So, a bit like you, you're late to the party, as per usual. Again, blacks are in here, Perry. Through there, they're all in round here. This, look at this line work. This line work through this side here is nice. It's crisp. See, it's smooth. It's good in there. I don't know whether this on through here on the top of the, yeah, it might have a little bit. But you put this black in, maybe just soften it off on edge, but that's just my point. Artistic point on it. Generally, your line work, Penny, has improved massively. This is a nice curve through there. This thumb, how it goes, nice and smooth under there. Um, yeah, I mean, even through the shoes, it's looking good. I don't know, Penny. Hey, stay up, how you doing? I don't know what, I know you said CNCQ2 that you're running. What you didn't put in, Penny, so if you're still around about on chat, um, you didn't tell me what voltage you're using now. Yeah, it's a nice towel. Somebody been no problem, happy to wear this. Come a long way. Line work's come a long way. What I would probably probably say, this is just me, because you put you put in the on your thing, you know your liners, Perry. You put that you're using 7.5 volts, right? So that lining that lining was at 7.5 volts, right? No problem. You feel comfortable at that. I don't know what power supply you're using with it. Is it a battery? Is it a battery? Is it a digital power supply? I know you've upped it a little bit. You have upped it to 7.5. What I would say to you now, we're now comfy, and I don't know what increments you can increase or decrease your voltage at. I don't know what. So it's battery. So you're running on a battery. What battery? Are the increments in half a volt or the in 0.1 of a volt, Perry? What I'm seeing is maybe we've got everything's in and it's saturated. What I'm saying is, can change it by one. Right. So what I'd say, Perry, now is what you used on that. You used 10.5 and a 10.14. Right. So what I would say to you is your 10.5, I would probably say keep it around about 7.5, try 7.6. Your 14, depending on how you're feeling, your 14, try it around about 7.8. When you're running a fat liner like that, 14 round liner, try just open it, just going. So I try your voltage around about 7.8. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, you feel more comfortable, drop it back down to 7.5, 7.6. And I know you're using bumping round liners. That's entirely up to you. All my liners are standard. I use standard liners, 12s, except for I do have some 00 3 round liners. So it's an 08 3 round liner for it being really fine. But if the buckpin liners are working for you, that's fine. Just that with a 10, 14 round liner, you would get the same line with a 12, 11 round liner, mate. That's all I'm saying. Again, like I said, all my setups pretty standard. All my liners are standards, barring the 00 3 round liner that I have. And all my mags, like you, are sense bumping mags. I like it. It's nice user effect, nice soft shading. We've got some little bit of soft shading. We've got a little bit of stipple shading. Your blacks are in, your lines are in. Like down here, these lines, they're all looking good. They're all looking smooth. Again, now. Boom. Still at the stage of experimenting with which needles to use. Yep, that's fine. We're all still doing that. Everybody's still doing that. And again, what I will say to you is try streamline your setup down to the bare minimum. When I mean that, I mean, like I've just said, all my liners are either threes, fives, sevens, nines, 11s. All them are standards. I have one for really, really fine details because I can't use single needles. I have '08 3 round liner or a 00, whichever you want to call it. Then from there, I have 2 round shaders, which is a 14 round shader, a 9 round shader there in standards again, 12s. So that's all standard. And then I have 7 curved mag, 15 curved mag, 25 curved mag, and red intense bumpings. That's all I have. That's all I have in my arsenal. That's all I use. That's all I need to use. I keep it condensed. That way, then it's a lot easier. Um, yes, push yourself. Mike says, push yourself on fake skin. It helps you learn. It does. It does. And again, on fake skin, you're not hurting anybody. You're seriously not hurting anybody at all. What's worse, you screw it up. It looks ugly. You can throw it in bin. You just get another piece out, and away you go. But again, you just got to find your scent. You're almost there, Perry. You've just got to find your scent with your needles. You've got to a point where your lining's good, so you've now got to tweak your voltage 1 or 0.1 or 0.2 of a volt, see whether it works any better or any worse to your hand speed, just to fine tune it. But again, what I would say is, if you're jumping up to larger grouped liners, up your voltage by 0.3, 0.4, because obviously there's more resistance going into your skin. So a little bit of extra voltage, it'll just give you a little bit of an extra punch, to smash it in the skin. Otherwise, so you're not having to slow your hand right down to get same consistency online. Just up your voltage a little bit. But no, overall, if we look at it how it should be looked at from there, what's everybody's overall thoughts? I like it. That was the reference. That was a reference. This is what is reproduced. I seriously like it. I think you've done a nice job. I really do think you've done a nice job. I do also think that if you reproduced that exactly as it is on the fake skin, on human skin, on somebody's body, that they will be happy with it. They will be happy for it. Oh, Jason says it's a little too dark for you. That's fine. That's totally fine. That's an artist prerogative. Light, dark, how you want to work. I'm not a massive fan of dark. I don't think it's too dark. I think it's got good balance. For me, I think it's just about perfectly balanced with the shades, the darks, and everything. It's got good contrast. It's got good breathability. Totally reads. And again, I think something out of it on. Don't have no problem having it on the skin. Stay up says, I recently learned the hard way. I chewed up a line out on fake skin. Glad it wasn't on my skin or someone else's. Exactly. If you think that fake skin, false skin takes a lot more chewing up than real skin, and you've managed to chew false skin up, could you just imagine what you've done to human skin? It's basically absolutely ripped it to shreds, and basically filleted them. But again, you've noticed, you've understood it, which is a good thing that you can actually see it and you can understand, um, and you can notice it, which is a very good thing. Something that we always go on about is being able to critique your own work and be your own worst critique. Um, and being able to stand back and look at it and think, well, yeah, that up, you know what I mean? I need to sort that out. Take your own advice and implement it instead of just going, ah, well, just a piece of fake skin. I've filled it up, throw it in bin. I'll just do the same again, but I'll just move my hand a bit faster. I'll do that. You've just got to understand and go from there. Um, what we got? We've got a smoke on here. Doing something scary is going into your own skin. Yep, yep. Don't know about anybody else that's tackled themselves. And I have. It's I think first 20 minutes that is working up the bottle to actually plunge the needle in to start with. Perret, you're nearly there. Perez is nearly there. Yeah, he is doing well. I like this. Nice job, Perret. Come a long way, buddy. I like the piece, and now it's just a case of fine tuning yourself. You've got the understanding of where the darts go. You've got the understanding of I would say, hand pressure for lighter shading as opposed to darker shading, and putting a line in where the line needs to go, and so we say shading a line in where the line needs to go to make the artwork look good. And now it's just fine tuning it, mate. Just fine tuning it with your. It's just fine tuning it to your hand speed and getting it down. And now what works for you. Um, Stay up. What you got here, buddy? Does everyone use a different needle for every colour, or do you wash it out? Good. Just rinse it out. That's what your rinse cup's for. Stay up. You don't use one needle for every single colour. I'm doing black. When I finish with my black, I'll go in my rinse cup, rinse it out. I'll have a bit of tissue paper in my hand. Because then when you've rinsed it out, the tip of your cartridge will be full of water. So what I do is I just touch it slightly on tissue paper, which will draw the excess water. Go into your next colour ink cup, let it run to fill your colour up. Then when you're done with that, clean it out, go into your next one. The only time I do break a fresh, clean needle out, I'll be honest, is at the end when I'm putting white in. I don't put white. I don't, and I did it years ago, using same needle, cleaning it out, same cartridge, cleaning it out, putting white in it, and the white, it's not as good as breaking open a fresh cartridge just to put your white in. And that. You were talking about changing every time I rinse and go. Yeah, it's talking about every time I rinse and go stale. I I did I didn't clean good with my yeah. If you don't clean it out well, sometimes I'll run. If I'm using, sometimes I'll run two rinse cups, and what I'll do is, especially if you've got big variances between colours from really dark to really light, and then I'll have two. So when I've initially done, I'll put it in this cup to get the thick of the colour out. So that'll be my dirty rinse cup. Let it empty. Then I'll go into the other one, which is the water's that was cleaner. I'll rinse it down, which gets the last little bit out. What I do run in my rinse cups, and I've run it for years and years and years, which helps break the ink down. I get my rinse cups, and then when I put them up, I use Dettol, which is like an antiseptic. I spray 4 or 5 pumps in each cup, and it just helps break the ink down out of the needles. Um, Easier and helps clean out. That's just what I do. I've done it for years. Whether it does anything else, I don't know. But I just found that it broke ink down, and any um, Vaselines, ink glides, or anything you've got on your needle, I just found it helped break them down a bit quicker. Um, yeah, you want to try a little bit of green soap in it if you wanted. What's Mike got? I use one set for black and another set for colour. Don't even bother, Mike. I use one set of cartridges um, uh, until end at tattoo, or say if it's a long tattoo, sometimes I'll change cartridges out because I'll just think that they're not working as well as what they should be, or a bit tired, membrane's a bit tired in it, or something like that. That's the only time. Or if I've got it, if you're too, if you let your inks run too low in your ink cap, and you got to dip in, and you're too low, and your needle comes out on its bottom of ink cap, we've all done that. I'll change my needle. Obviously, you're just going to dull end at needle, which is not very good. Um, I can't get the black out, so that's why I run 2 ink cups sometimes. That's why I run 2 ink cups, Mike, and that's why I run Dettel in my ink cups. It does help get it all out. But no, Perry, nice bit of work, mate. You're cracking along there, buddy. What we got here? Mark, have a squeeze. So, Mark Englishman, have a squeeze and let me know. It's Pommy, right? So we've got Pommy. Hey, buddy, all this email finds you okay. This is the email address for subscribing. What else have you do? Take Paul. Have a great day. Well, thank you. Right. Well, we'll have a look at Pommy's work in a minute. What we've got going on in chat. Can't get the blackout. Much appreciated. Stay up, Mike. Danik. I changed needles to get rid of my inward. I got so much. Yeah. Danik's got so much money, guys. Jesse says he does the exact same thing. He uses green salt. Like I said, I use that. Always used it. It's entirely up to you. Entirely up to you. What I will say before we go on. All right, I'm going to say anybody anchoring the boom video I like, please do so. So with YouTube, just trying to also get me hours up. So, well, subscribers are going up slowly but surely. Too bad there. Just trying to get it out there a bit more. Need to get my ugly bug back on here and do a few more lives. So we've got Mark Englishman, aka Homie. Let's start. Right. So there we go, guys. This is from Mark. So what I will say, I'm just going to soak it up and let's see what you guys make of it to start with. Because what I will say first, but Mark, Pommy, do I call you Pommy because everybody knows you as Pommy? I know you've come from Mark. We'll call you Pommy. What I will say, Pommy, off the bat, looking at this from here, first off, buddy, it is quite tonal. E.g., it's all looking the same tone. I understand we have got some black going here. I don't know what skin it is. It looks quite textured, actually, does the skin. It does look quite textured. I don't know what it is. But I don't know whether this is meant to be something or whether it's something that you've drawn. I mean, these fangs, nice and sharp, come to a nice and sharp edge. I'm looking at this line work over the top of here, and it's consistent up to about here. It's consistent. Got a few little scratchy lines there, but the other thing you've got to look at, Pommy, as well, is it's quite busy. You know, with all these like I don't know whether it's scales, crevices, um, and that's going on. Round this eye, you've got black, and it is black. Yeah, could have been shaded out a little bit more. This black through here and this section, you to, that black down further down here, and this line through there, through it, could have been softened out and dragged out on it. It's looking very busy, and I think that the main thing with this is it's looking tonal. These nostrils, these could have been darker coming out to light. Again, these, I think basically you've gone overboard. I mean, what do you guys think? I think a little bit overboard with the detail. And when I say detail, I mean like these little details. You know, I understand about the scaling, but when it comes round and comes round here, and it comes round in the jaw and down the side of the jaw, I think it's getting lost. Whether that's could do some more shading, some more black. Yeah, got to leave some skin tone. That's your light source. Yes, again, good pointer. I know we get on about, and a lot of people fall in this trap that if you're doing a towel, every single part of it has to be has to be covered in ink. No, the light spots, the open area, are as important as your dark spots as black. You need black in a towel of some sorts, or darks, really darks in a towel to set it backwards. You need lights to bring you forward. You need mid tones then for everything in between. Is that a Spanish cough, Andy? Yeah. You know what they say, don't you? Smoke. It's not the cough that carried you off, it's the coughing that carried you off. Yeah. Same again, a little hard to read. Yeah, panic. Like to see the real image, to see those scales, if it's just the same or it's lost on the stencil. Would have been nice to have the reference with it to see whether it's gone exact or if it's something is created, you know, combine some different animals together. See what we got next. All right. Well, what I will say with this one, and you probably understand this one, Pommy, this one's completely lost. Is that it's neither here nor there. E.g., like we can just about make out some definition and a bit of eyes through it. Looks like you've gone back and it hasn't worked out. However, we look at this one. Off. Um, we look at this one here. This one reads a lot better. This one reads a hell of a lot better. Down to the black in the hair, obviously the hands, the shirt, the darks. That tiger looks surprised. Yeah, it looks surprised that it made it onto the false skin. Um, but again, you look at this and you look at the monkey in comparison, and Again, it's not overly detailed, but can you say I've done this little section through here on the back of the arm? You've got some little dark bits, you've got some lighter tones coming in, you've got some darker, and it's not overly detailed, but it works because your brain is filling in the rest of it. And this is what it's all about. It's artwork, so you can do this. And I like this hand round here. I actually quite like. Um, it's got a nice flow to it. Fingers have got a nice flow around here. You've got a nice little bit of darker shadow. Here, you got a little bit of darker shadow in there without going overly dark. And then you've got this round knuckles, which is just giving you the shape of the hand. If I was to say anything about this piece, I would have probably said that you spent all your time, Pommy, on the monkey, and the gun could probably taken a little bit. It's taken like a little bit of a backseat. Could have had a little bit more done to it, like this part of barrel here could have had a little bit more dark and black, under here. It's just the feel of it. But again, like I say, the flow on the lines. Again, what I'm getting here is like this one, this section here, this section there, and there. Like some of these lines, Pommy, they're not quite in. They're like, I don't know what machine you're using there, and I don't know what voltage you're using. But again, like we said to Perry, what I would try, buddy, and can see around here, maybe try upping your voltage on your machine half a volt. You know what I mean? It's Josh, how you doing? Let's just quickly. Yeah, you can send something in, Josh. We've only got Mark and then the people that send something in. So if you've got the email off the top, I'll leave it up for a little bit. A little bit. Oh my God, what I've done! I've lost your work now, Mark. There we go. Back up. But yeah, I try for me, especially for line and that. I try upping your voltage a little bit. It could be. I don't know what this fake skin is that you're using, but it looks very, very textured. You guys can't see. Very, very textured does this skin. So I don't know what skin it is that is using. I mean, that could be Indian. But again, for me, just to get these in, flows there, I could tell by how it flows, the actual flow, so it's not edited. I just don't seem to have punched it in. Your ink just doesn't seem to have been punched in. I quite like it on this hand, and I know it's lighter, but again, it just some of the lines don't seem to be as crisp and as punched in as what they could be. So what I'm saying is, just try upping your voltage. Just maybe half a voltage. It might not work. You might find it's too much. Just start keeping it back down, but give it a go. Yeah, I'll be honest, mate. I'll be honest with this one. This is a bit. Yeah, especially these lines down here. They're not very good. They're not in, even though they're looking scratched in. But same with some of this black in here. It's 1 minute. I mean, you look at this, and I don't know which way they go. I don't know which way they go, Matt. Round, but I look at this one, and I look at this one, and I wouldn't. I'll be honest. I wouldn't say it's the same person that's done it, or I'd say that this is an early one. This is a really early one because I'm looking in here, and this is very dark. Um, the line work is not very good at all, and the flow's not very good. Then we've got this is shading, get it through, and we're outside the lines, like you see shading outside the lines, and again, this it just doesn't feel like feels very very rushed. Um, and it doesn't feel smooth at all. Again, this needs a lot of work, a lot of dialing, a lot of dialing in. It's not. It's nowhere near. Um, nowhere near what this is. I'll be honest with you. It's without being awful. It's quite bad, man. Um, yeah, you could be right there, Danny. That's the feel that I probably get. Um, feels like it's been made with a wax crayon. I could probably agree with you there, buddy. Yeah, that wax crayon slash. Yeah, that's what it. That's what it's got a feel of. Wax crayon. There's no definition, no detail. The eyes. Yeah, you can see the eyes. There's not a lot of definition or detail round it. And again, you've basically just got black and one tone of brown in here. Um, I'm hoping that that was an earlier one than this one. Yeah, that is why you work on fake skin, just to see. Yep, it is. Not hurting anybody. Learning. He's not hurting anybody. Still figuring things out. Asking for advice. Having a look. All good. But yeah, I mean, I'm not a fan of that. There's a lot that's going on in it. There's a lot that's wrong in that. Like I say, this some of this line work is. See if I can get in. Whether you guys can see it. You know, this line work through here, it's barely in. It's scratched in. Is that? Um, yeah, just slow down. Don't don't take us crazy ass pieces on. Work a bit smaller. Work a bit simpler. Work a bit smaller. Work a bit simpler. Then you're not getting overwhelmed. That you're not getting overwhelmed, and you can spend more time getting line work at saturation under control rather than trying to rock pieces out like this and this happening because everything's gone wrong on that one. And again, I'll be honest with you, Pommet. This one's barely. This one is barely hanging on in that skin. It's it's illegible. Sorry to say that, but it's quite illegible. I can just make out that that's meant to be. I can just make out that's meant to be some sort of eye, face. That's meant to be a nose, lips. This lips. This is not but this is just somebody else's, and I'm assuming it's like them two lots of masks or faces, but it looks like you've tried either doing it all with a mag. Um, there's no definition to it at all. I can make out that that's an eye. Um, obviously, mouth, nose, eye, and I'm assuming that this is like where it's patched. But what I will say to you is, Pom, I mean, this needs a lot of work. It hasn't worked out. Whatever you've tried then definitely hasn't worked out. And what I'm going to say to you is, at the minute, I'd stop with that and I'd stick to whatever you're doing and whatever was doing on this piece, mate, because you wouldn't think. I mean, obviously, this is a lot better than the other two. This piece is the best. So whatever you was doing at this piece, go back to doing it because this one and this one don't work for you, mate. Whatever you were trying to do, it just doesn't work. It's gone wrong. Um, so I dial back to coming back, trying to get your line working. You need to work, and it's done for a reason. It's done. It's structured out it, for a reason. You learn to line first, work on simple designs, learn to line, learn to put a solid line in. Then from there, learn to pack, learn how to pack colour, learn to shade on smaller designs instead of going for these complex designs. While you're doing that, you should be honing your drawing skills in. Then once you can pack solid, you can do bits of shading, and you can drill a line in properly of various weights. Um, then you can move on from there. Only at that point can you move on from there and start figuring stuff out. Because the thing is, if you can't draw something like this on paper, you're never going to draw it on skin. Again, whatever you was doing at this point, Pommy, go back to doing it, work it out, um, and start over. Because whatever you was doing here was working. Whatever you've done on that one definitely hasn't. Um, I'm assuming that these two are earlier ones, and this one's an earlier one. This one's worked out for you. This one, the line works better, but it's tonal. You need to think about your darks, your light sources, and everything. And also, try drawing them. Try drawing them on paper. Try drawing them with graphite. It'd be interesting to see whether you can't draw them on paper. I would say you're not going to be able to draw on skin. And in the meantime, I would say that, yeah, just dial it back, go back on a fake skin, work on some line work on some packing, uh, and don't go too big too quick, which is the biggest fault. Biggest fault. Work on smaller stuff. Like I said, get a piece of your fake skin, cut it into four, and whatever you can fit of a decent size but simple enough on each of them pieces, and work on it from there, rather than going for complex masterpieces. I appreciate you sending them in. Right, we've got stay ups, two more to go. Hey Andy, been a while. Every day I've been checking for those. Yeah, I was just so busy. And then vacation, and then holiday blues, and then back into work and everything. I've been checking for a live. Glad I caught this one. 8.5 cent. Butterfly said before, I just coloured the flower. Still not confident in that. The skull got muddy. Don't, I don't know my shading values because it mixing. Maybe I'll get a grey washer. The second photo of the butterfly was double banged mostly. Didn't like the skin. Right? So this was stale. Right. Look, I get you. Oops, I can't zoom in any. Oh, hold on. Ta-da. Right. So this looks like. Is this is this the thicker cheap skin from Amazon? Like Amazon, like the 3 millimeter, but on the cheaper fake skin. Could be wrong. I'd be wrong there. What we got here? You have learned light and dark blends. That you've got to do. You've got to work on. You got to work on light, color packing, packing black, shading, transitioning color. Transitioning shade, smooth. Um, again, it's you've got to work with it. It's set out like that for a reason. Again, this is sales. We're enjoying what I will say again, yeah, pretty much for false. If it's a thing that I think it's pretty much in there. Couple of little wobbles. Again, I'll point out to you again. Look, got to watch for these, buddy. Transitions over, not acceptable. You do it on a client, you're going to be pissed. But hey, up, you don't fake skin. Um, just going through it. Generally, I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, right in there. Yeah, I'm just checking. Right. Generally, all decent. Just got this little area here, which is nice. On this side, comes round through, and everything. On that side, you've left this open gap there. You might not think it's a biggie. Some people it would. But generally, the butterfly's okay. What you may think of doing next time, it looks like you've dotted this in as in dot work. Um, these back areas, like in here, where you've dotted, maybe gone back in and put a little few more dots in to make sure it was stay up 3 millimeter Amazon. Yeah, I thought it was same as what I've got on there. It's not bad, but it's not the easiest. It's our reason I asked you is because I was looking at this how these have gone in. Um, but again, just in these right backs to some of these areas, you could have gone that little bit darker again around these lines, which taking to another level. I'm sure we'll have covered that. Same in here. You've just got that extra bit of black in and just dotted out. What I will say, it looks like you've used quite a big, could be wrong. It looks like you've used quite a big liner to do your dot works. I do prefer it to use a smaller liner if you're doing the dot work, something like this. Maybe a 5 that'll work good. The very, it's very tonal. There's this flower, very basic. What you're doing better at doing, I don't know what your colour palette is. Uh, so this looks more of a, as if you've gone towards a traditional type. So what you could have done is You could have it's what you could have done is you could have put a bit of black, like before you coloured it, you could have whipped a bit of black in to give you a bit of no shading, bit of contour, gone over with your colour on top. What I usually say, steps is 2, 3 minimum, something like this of each. Uh, a dark green on your leaves, a light green, and then a golden yellow will work for you. That will get you your tones. What you could have done in here, if purple brought it round and everything. If you didn't have another colour, this like burgundy, magenta, red. What you could do is you could have put a tub of white out, put 1 or 2 drops of this in and mixed it up, maybe some nice pink and blended it back in. Vice versa on this one. You just give it a bit of extra dimension. It's all one colour, but that's just the artistic side of it. Is that the overall look of it? And let's zoom in. The line work again is not too bad. A little bit shaky here. These points. What again? Steps. I don't know what voltage. I don't know what machine you're using, and I don't know what voltage you're running. So I've just got. There's a couple of little places here, like there. There's a couple of here and there, whereas the lines, even though they're quite flowing and they're not saturated. What's that, Mike? That's what I've just said. Come on, Andy, 3 tones to every colour. That's what I like. That's what I like to use, Mike. 3 colour, like I say, 3 colours, whatever you want to call it. 3 colours, and then between your colours that you're using, and if you're using same colours, and your tones there should be 3 shades difference between every colour. So if you're using a dark blue, don't use your next blue. You run 2, 3 shades away, and then your next one after that, you run 2, 3 shades away again. So that when you put them in skin, there's enough separation, but you've got all them 3 out. That if you want to make any tone in between that, you can dip into one, dip into other, mix it in the tube, and away you go. Yeah, you're building up. So what you're building up your colour banks. Obviously, you've not got the colours. So what I would say to you, I would think carefully on the colours that you're buying, because a white will go a long way because you can lighten the darker, you can lighten tones. Um, a golden yellow will go a long way because you can do a golden. You can. Thing is, if you put golden yellow, if you have golden yellow, and you put a bit of green into it, and that will make a very light, bright green. And so don't just think that you've got to buy bottles and bottles and bottles of every single different colour. You've got to think about being able to mix these colours and mix them on the fly, which will give you it. Right. Do you know something? Right. This skull, for as simplistic as it is, this skull and the flower that's in this skull compared to this one, mate, is far superior. This rose far superior to this one. Where you've gone round, you've left this. What would have been better if just round here where you put this bit of black in is start on your line and just whip it out. It looks like you've gone sideways on it. It's just whip it out, just shade it out from back there. Just get some proper black in, like you've done here, and just go out. Then I want to really bother with this little bit, and just come out, go straight over the top of that with your orange and black. I actually quite look how you've done these leaves. is a lot better because you've left open space. You've put a dark in. What you've done here is you've put your dark in, whether it be a dark green or a black, you've put it in. You've used your green as your mid-tone, packed it in here, and you've let it whip out, and then you've left the skin as the yellow tone, the open space. And if you stand away from it and you look at, oh, let me get there, you just stand away from it a little bit and look at it, put that bit of dark in, that green in, and a little bit of open space, looks far superior to packing wall to wall green. Uh, yes, I agree with you, Smoke. Skull's nice. Um, it's way better. It is, but again, this is practice. This isn't coming along. This is how it works. Um, then you've got this green through here. You've done same with this leaf. You've got this rich, super dark black in up against these colours, which then um, makes your colours look brighter. But you've just got this token through here. You just use black, but just with a different technique and a bit of light, whip shade, and not going crazy. You've just got that bit of a fade off going in. Same round there. You've got some nice. You got some nice dark black, which makes your rose pop off the head. Then it's just faded out. Same here and faded out. Just gives it that extra depth. So yeah, obviously same with leaves again. Looking good, looking sound. Out of this jar, you got sort of a little bit nice black and just whipped out. I just wish that this one, and maybe this one from the black to the out were a little bit smoother, but they are not practicing. So now, so you got the bit of black in, and going into the red. Um, I think personally the black will look a bit better coming up and over top, red being faded out down toward this corner. Same again, sort of like round there, but that's just a drawing skill. Um, excuse me, but stay up. Like with the butterfly, just in these back corners here, if you'd have added a little bit more, a few more black dots, just to make it that deeper and a bit richer, green cushion and made it stand out, give it extra dimension. Needed more colours, open space in this. Lines are smooth and the flow is smooth. Again, I just don't know what voltage, what machine you're using, and what voltage you're using, and what type of machine. A couple of areas just looking a little bit, a bit light. Like I said, Perrot, try upping your voltage just a little bit. You know, for your lining, just try upping your voltage a little bit. Might work out better for you. Just to get that ink in. But not bad. It's not bad at all. Yes, I do definitely prefer. It's more, even though it's a bit more minimalistic. I do prefer this one, the overall look of this one. Um, Again, I think if this butterfly hadn't had this behind it, done how it was, the flower behind it, or the flower would have had a bit more to it. I think it'd have been a lot better than the butterfly, a little bit darker. But you could even go back into a butterfly as it stands here, just add a little bit. And I'm not saying just like I said, in backs and backs stuff, just to give it that bit of darkness. You could even do it while it's on fake skin. I think it would have taken it to a next level. But this, you've embraced your black, whipped it out, your colours. You've not gone wall to wall. You've realised a bit of breathing space, and it's worked. Sometimes, I know it seems bad, but sometimes less is more. Um, as it comes to the tattoo and how the tattoo looks. But no, good work. You get in there, get in there. All right, we've got another one in. Yeah, I like this line is not too bad. It's quite solid and quite punched in. Same as this. Couple of shakes, wobbles, but I think there's more wobbles down through your curly bits than your straight lines, to be fair, bud. Um, this black seems to be punched in. So you've pretty even with a tried to go with a fatter line around the sails. Nice little bit of shading, not going OTT. Um, if on this piece, if I would say the worst part on it is probably see this line could have been a bit better. It might have even worked out being a bit better solid. Don't know. Done that way. Um, what I would say to you is, you know, like with your sales or anything, if you can, try go and anything that's directional and you stipple shaded, try go with flow and everything. It just gives you that little bit extra, um, but simplistic, and it's punched in. Um, the Death Head Moth. This is nice and symmetrical. It's through. We have got some saturation issues in, through here. I think you said that. Is it this one that you said some of them are you double banged. It looks like it here. You double banged some of these lines. Um, and again, just watch here. You've got an overshoot. This black is not slow down. This black is not quite punched in. There's a few holidays. See round here. It's not quite. You see, it's just not quite saturated. See your light spots. You need to slow down. Second pass over this to get that black really rich. There, not up to line. Just little things like that. Shading. You get to get front back, and what you could have done is gone really dark here, up against that line, and then gone out with your whip shading. It's generally it's not too bad. We've got a couple of lining issues. You double banged. This is what I'm saying to you. Uh, it's try upping your voltage. You may be that your voltage is not enough for your hand speed. Um, it could be the skin, the fake skin that you're using. Obviously, we've used smaller liner here, and you can see this one's a little bit smaller than this one. But again, you're learning. Just a few pointers for you to watch. I think, like I said, if we're looking at it, a bit more black right back of this, and developed shirt. It also helps you with your line work as well, because you can get and then just whipped out. Um, again, I think you said on your faults, you can see this area here looks like it's all been double banged. This is better. This lining, a little bit there. This one looks like it's been double banged, but you managed to get on top. This one it's thickened up. What we got? I mean, this through here and generally around here is not bad at all. But then we get to this side, and can you see where you're missing a bit of saturation on your line work through there. You've missed, so you've either done a pick up and put down and not hit back in, or again, like I say, what you've got to remember is try pulling your speed up a little bit. But also make sure you've got a bit of an angle on your machine. Don't be going straight up and down. Bit of an angle on your machine so that your needles penetrate into the skin. But no, I mean, I still prefer that one. I'll be honest with you. That's probably my favourite. Just with it having the colour in, less is more. It's cleaner. Everything seems to be saturated. Lines seem to be done a lot better. Out of everything that you sent, this seems to be the one. It leaves all nicely shaped. Seem to be finished off. A couple of, like I said, little bits not quite touching, but generally, I would say out of the ones for me, it's the that one takes it for me. It's practice project. I was a symmetrical artist growing up, never shaded. Well, you'll learn. You'll learn. You'll come up. I mean, this like this symmetry, whatever, and you're shading whatever you shade on one side, you shade on the other. With the butterfly. But like I say, it's just little things like the butterfly, just that extra little bit of black. And then, but what I'm saying is that just, and it's only small amounts with this butterfly. As you can see with your skull, you put that rich, super solid, super dark, rich black in. And can you see the difference that it's made? Made everything brighter. We're leaving, and then leaving the open space. Now, if you just put that little tiny little bit of extra black in there, but it's a learning curve. It's all a learning curve. What we got here can never satisfy Andy and is black lol. Either too much or not enough. But then again, then I look at this one. I look at, oh, give me God. I look at this one. There's just enough for me. There's just enough in that. It's just one of them things. Sorry, Danny. Sorry, Dad. Right, but no, good work. Obviously, you can see that you're taking it seriously. You're trying your best, but against that, what I say is for your lining, again, because I don't know what you're running at, but what I say is, just try upping your voltage a little bit, because there's a few areas that you're missing, as if your hand speed is just, you're right on borderline between hand speed and voltage. So, and a couple of areas where your hand might have got a little bit faster and everything's missed. So I'd just creep it up just a tiny little bit. I'm not saying massive amount. I'm just saying creep it up a little bit. So, Josh, this is the newest. This is the newest from It's Truly. Hoping no you like it. Right. Okay. Okay, we'll just dive in. Right. Let's drink it up. Obviously, this is your. So it must be a reference. Is this your reference and stencil? This is Josh. Josh Willis is above you, Jason. Yes. Yeah, it's lacking black. It's lacking rich and dark black. These areas, you're looking on here, this through here, the shaded, they're not punched in. This under this neck could have been nearly solid black. Same with under this. Zoom in. What you've got is you've got this black line, heavy black line to simulate under there. If you look under there, it would be black, same as through here. This could have been black off the back of there, then whipped out. And then on the flip side, you've gone into the mask, and where these eye slits are and everything, you've punched it in harsh black. So you can punch it in. So some of this, I'll be honest with you, some of this shading looks arid, looks rushed, looks like you've got bored. Put your lines in, especially here. I mean, the head comes round, Josh, and again, try and get your shading in some sort of direction. Just 1 minute. I have a faster, smooth hand speed to keep a good flow. If I can go slight shakes. Yeah. So what I'm saying is, if you've got a faster hand speed, you've got to match your voltage to it. Well, that's why I'm saying to you, up your voltage a little bit. Stay up. It looks like you're running on the borderline. So if you're needing a fast hand speed like that, what I'm saying is, if you're running right on the borderline of it being right, if you do come round the corner and you have to go, like a little jerk like that and go, it won't pick it up. That's why I'm saying to you, you're right on the borderline. Take it up a couple of points. Let's say you're running at 7.5 volts or 7 volts. Try 7.2 or 7.3. See how it works. But yeah, this is missing black, and it's missing soft shading. This line's looking pretty much saturated, but you again, Josh, are getting some saturation issues on your line work. It's some of these lines are barely in. That looks, see, that one is in, but these look to be scratched in. I think let's have a look at another piece. Up. Right. So what I'll say to you is, I don't know where this piece sits in your arsenal, how new it is, but what I'll say to you is, these little bits and everything in this piece and this little crack lineage is far better than the other one. These, you're not getting a smooth line, Josh. These should be like a one pass, one pull line through these. And you're sketching these in. I can see that you're sketching these in because can't even close of just how it's done. You need to work on your line work. These are these. That's in. That's not a bad line. That was in there. A bit shaky. You're black. Looking at the black here. This is punched in. This is punched. This blow effect. Too bad. Your character is lost. You need to work on your shading. Hey, Mad, how you doing, bud? Because it's tonal. I'm sure this hair, and right or wrong, I mean, I'm not an anime guy, but I'm sure there could have been some darker, there could have been some black put in this hair. If not, may have even got away with just doing it solid black. I don't know. But I am the wrong person to talk to about anime. All I'm looking at here is from a tattooing point of view, how it reads. This could have been, for me, could have been a lot dark, a lot black, even if not a lot of solid black in here, which when these blues pop out. But then when we get round here, again, it's tone. It's all one tone. You've got the black lines in, but you've got no shape or shading to get it in. You need to work on that. This one, I do quite like the effects you've got round the outside and how you've worked it out. The hair could have done with, for me, again, could have done with some black in it. But what I will say, what I can see in everything, um, is, yeah, Josh, what I can see in all of it is your line work, Josh. Your line work, you need to be pulling clean lines. Your line work needs some work. Obviously, that's this piece before you sent it out on that. And like that, that's a dark photo. Doesn't do it any justice. This one shows it better. But what I would say is, oh, all right. Yeah, it's something's getting wrong button. Something's getting lost. Let me look at that. This area here could have been black, shaded out and softened out. But again, I'm looking here. Can you see you've done the smoke effect? You've got the line around there. All right, and I know you've got it out of line, but like you've done this one, and you've probably used side of a mag and come round it. You've used the line round here, but whether you guys can see, these lines are. Oh Christ! Look at that line there. That line, this line, and this line do not look like that. Again, and this is what you're going for. This, as you can see here, you've got that line going up there, which is all an even thickness and it's all an even colour. What you've got is you run this line up here. You see how it's getting lighter here? It's getting lighter, goes lighter through there, and it's not in. This is why I'm saying you need to work on your line work. Just try to play catch up on. That through here, these could have been a bit more solid. So what I would say is just dial it back, work on some of your line work, because as you can see through, you see that line, for all its false wobbliness and everything, you see how dark that is. And then you run to this side, it's not saturated, so you're not being able to pull a consistent line with no matter which needle group and you're using, you're not on a consistent line. This is why I keep going back. So doing pixelized. And I know it sounds boring, but work on smaller pieces that focus on your line work, that focus on bolder lines. Then learn to colour, learn to shade, transitions in shading, work your colours out, work your shades out, working transitioning from one shade to another. It's all got to be worked out before you start doing these because, again, can you draw this on paper using charcoal, using graphite? Can you draw it on paper? Because if you can't draw it on paper, you're never going to draw it on skin. But again, what is nice, and I'm not taking it away from anybody and anybody that's sent in tonight, you're all on fake skin. You're not hurting anybody. All you do is you're trying your best. You're getting it. You're getting it on fake skin. If it doesn't work, the worst you've done is ruin a piece of latex. You haven't ruined somebody's arm, leg, back, arse cheek, or whatever. Trying to learn to tattoo. It's all part of the learning curve. And I also appreciate that you guys are probably out there trying to get as much information as you can and learn yourselves. And when you've only got maybe one place to either show your work or you've got nowhere to show your work and you're trying to critique it yourself, it can be hard. It can be a long, drawn out process. And it's like just put on here. You've got to keep going. You've definitely got to keep going. You've got to fix the faults. You've got to push yourself. But again, you've also got to realise not to get too far out there in the public station. Like I said, start off small, start off like that. Simple enough designs, 2-3 inch in diameter. Work it out. Focus on your line work. You can do lines, different line weights, and you can consistently put a consistent line down. Then you start moving on. You start figuring it out, moving on. I would say out of all of them, I like the look of this one. From afar, this one doesn't look bad until you get on top of it and you can see the scratchiness in the lines. Even though some of the lines are a bit scratchy, this one is generally overall a lot better. But again, it's your line work you've got to work on. Your best piece, believe it or not, for line work is probably this butterfly. Fatter liners, and you can see how smooth some of your curve is. So got quite a steady hand. It's quite evenly saturated in your line, and that. But again, I would say I appreciate you sending in. Work on your line work, and then work on your while you're working on your line work on something on fair skin and that. I would say start looking at light source, lights and darks, shading, black and grey. Even if you do that on paper, I would say start working on that and looking at that so that you understand light value, where darks go, where you naturally cast a shadow. And some of this stuff, I know some of you lot are all into anime this and other, but surely at some point you've got to take a few artistic liberties and just add a bit more dark and a bit more light to these just to make it work as a tattoo. But overall, not a bad attempt. This one, I would say, is the most aesthetically pleasing for me. Not overdone. Could be fixed a little quite easy. It'd be nice. Some of this could be jet black, smoothed out. At least it's not too dark. And I like the effect that you've put around the outside. And that's it. Again, we're back on through this lot. I appreciate you sending them in. So, with that, guys, what we've got an hour, bloody hell, an hour and 47 minutes. So, what I'm going to say to you, if you've got everybody that sent stuff in, keep on grinding, keep on working at it. Line work issues, work on smoothing stuff out, and your colour work, colour theory. It can all be done on paper. So what I'm going to say, it's been an hour and 47 minutes. If anybody's got any last minute questions or wants to chip in or anything, Jason, you're welcome. Like I said, it's been a long time coming. I think we haven't had any live stream of any sort. Probably what? Month, if not a bit longer. So thought I'd better keep my ass into gear and do something for you guys. Yeah, I know it does, Mike. I get it as well, mate. It's like it becomes like a bit of a social meeting place for just people to hang out and send stuff in and get a bit of advice and bullshit and tech piss and whatever else, and just hang out for a few hours and just chill. So I get that. I do get that as well, mate. I totally get it. And I appreciate you guys, especially on short notice and had a live for so long. I don't know how many come across it by chance or YouTube actually managed to find you with a notification that we're going live. But again, didn't seem to know too bad. So tattooing a fake skin totally helps learning the equipment, but tattooing real skin is on you. Yeah, it is. We were on about that guy. Real skin takes ink so much easier, so much quicker. You've got so much lighter on your hand with the real skin than you do fake skin. So you think if you'd actually, like somebody had said, they run a few lines and managed to cut through fake skin and chew that up, you imagine it's only going to take half the amount of time to do it on real skin. But they had noticed, and they had noticed and managed to rectify it. I won at one point. I went away again, night on shit. Went away for 8 days. 1 minute. 25th of October we come back. Yeah. Yeah, 17th to 25th of October we're away. Back and it's getting back into work, and it's been crazily busy. And only reason like I said, I was saying earlier, the only reason I ended up live tonight is because I'm playing catch up on all my stencils. It's got busy, then people are chucking stuff in left, right, and centre, and then I'm scrambling to get all the stencils done. I just happened to do the one for tomorrow, which I'm doing Robin Williams Bicentennial Man tomorrow. I happened to get the stencil done a lot quicker than what I thought I would. So I thought, oh, right, I'll do a live. I'll do a live stream. It's so that's how come I ended up here. And like I say, just playing catch up, and then that's how we'll come back on vacation. We'll work and get shop back up and running. We've had to have a lot of chasing around for shop to have electrical checks done and all shop crap, all shop crap and that you have to do. So I've been busy, busy, busy. Uh, Hopefully, Jason. Hopefully, it's going to be fun. It'll either be one of them. It'll either be fun or I'm pulling my hair out. I got to admit that one was quite fun today. Right, because I just put a new video out, and it were a woman. She's had the Top Gun Maverick logo put on top of her arm. Now, she has she's had loads of tattoos, and usually she has quotes or lines, just basic scripts, from different songs. And she's a massive Bon Jovi. I can't believe I'm going to tell you about this. She's a massive Bon Jovi fan, and she decided that when she come in today, she wanted. Oh, you can't see. Just here, in fact, actually, yeah, just here on her leg, she wanted me to put like slippery when wet with an arrow pointing up. So I ended up doing that today. So I ended up doing that on her leg, slippery when wet with an arrow pointing up. Couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe it. But and then to cap it all off, we did Top Gun logo. What style? Full colour. Full colour. Jason is bicentennial man. Yeah, mad. I know. Honestly, I was like, I couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe it, but it's just one of them. I mean, come on. I mean, she's like what? So woman's like 50 and just a fun tattoo to her. She just found it that it was funny, fun tattoo, which fair play to her. Fair play to her. She's not hitting anybody with it, and it's not hate or racist and all like that. It's just a fun tattoo to her. But you're just like, where do these people come up with it? Honestly. So that was one of the tattoos of today. So I videoed the like I said, I videoed the Top Gun Maverick one. That's up. I did one in the morning, and I've videoed. I've got a few videos. I didn't even have a chance to edit videos. I just didn't even have a chance to edit videos and get them up. Play them. Damn it. Yes, I did the tattoo. I actually did the tattoo on the leg and wrote slippery when wet with an arrow up top. And I'm hoping that's what you mean. But then again, so yeah, so I've got more videos to edit and get them out to you guys. Like I say, it should be crazy, crazy busy. Holidays, shop, everything. So I do appreciate the last of you that are hanging around at this time. And I promise I will try get another live in. I don't know that I try Sunday night. If not, it'll be next week. I'll try and get back onto at least one a week for you guys so this can all send stuff in, get onto it. At least, if not, at least can just all hang out anyway. But again, I appreciate again, Danik keeps putting a thing on. So we've got Jason. Thank you again. No, you're welcome, Jason. Like I say, it's been far too long since we did one. So we're about time I got back on. Good thing she didn't ask for the banned bush X with an arrow. Clue what that meant. Banned bush X with an arrow. No, you've lost me. I must be too old. I must be. Jason must have got it. Jason must have got it. I didn't. So you're either going to quickly explain it, or I'm going to bid you all farewell and good night. And with that, like I say, we are just rolling up to 2 hours. I did say we're going to be a short one, but yeah, that was bullshit, wasn't it? So with that one, I will bid you all farewell, good night, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care.